as we mentioned earlier in this hour, still waiting on a decision over whether President Trump is going to deploy the National Guard to Chicago. But we do know ICE is beefing up operations in the Windy City.
Over in Chicago, protests and outrage for their mission only grew larger over the weekend. Immigration officers swept through Chicago streets with several arrests caught on camera. President Trump says the mission is to make America's third largest city safer.
We're going to clean up our cities. We're going to clean them up so they don't kill 5 people every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense.
News Nation's Mills Hayes is outside the ICE facility in Broadview, Illinois. Mills, good morning to you. What's to come in these ICE raids as the week progresses?
Good morning to you. Well, we have already seen some federal agents leave this ICE facility behind me this morning, and Border Czar Tom Homan also saying that Chicagoans should expect to see a surge in ICE enforcement operations this week, adding that bringing in the National Guard to protect those operations, it's not off the table. And we have seen quite some activity over the weekend, including that right there on your screen. That's a News Nation cameras capturing an ICE van returning to the Broadview ICE facility, unloading 6 detainees. And then over in the Archer Heights neighborhood, at least 1 man was detained by federal agents in unmarked cars, and community activists also say that at least 3 people were arrested by ICE not even a mile away. But on this surveillance video, one of them was known in the community there.
He's been a flower vendor here for quite some time. You see him consistently, especially on the weekends. Very sweet gentleman, never causing problems with anyone, very respectful.
These ICE arrests happening a day after several thousand people took to the streets in Chicago protesting against the Trump administration's plans to increase ICE enforcement operations, as well as the potential for the deployment of the National Guard. Now, we have reached out to ICE to get more information about those detained over the weekend, and we are waiting to hear back. Meanwhile, community activists, they are organizing behind the scenes and communicating with each other. If there is an ICE sighting, they'll go and try to intervene, and then sometimes even going as far as tracking down the hotel locations for ICE agents and standing outside and protesting there.
Hey, Mills, we're hearing that Boston is seeing an increase in ICE activity. What can you tell us about that one?
Well, DHS, they just launched Operation Patriot 2.0 on Thursday, and that actually follows a similar operation, just Operation Patriot, back in May. And during that time, they arrested over 1,500 people. Now, this current operation, DHS telling the Boston Herald that so far since Thursday, they've arrested about 100 people in the Massachusetts area. And DHS, they say that they're going after the worst of the worst. They're going after gang members, violent offenders, and murderers. Now, Governor of Massachusetts, Maura Healey, she has said that these increased ICE operations, well, they're insane and not right.
All right, Mills Hayes outside of that ICE facility in Broadview, Illinois for us this morning.
Thanks,
Mills, thank you so much.